My bro shooter, that nigga ain't messy. He clean it up when he doing the dirt. Hit from the back and she wet on my shirt. Hit from the back and she make it tsunamis. Bust down Cartier, staying on time. Man, young and bowling like I'm playing with Bronny.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Let's edit that out. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sue, and guess we are back. Listen, I know I've been gone for a little bit, but we've grown a lot since my disappearance for like a few days because of work and stuff of that nature. So we got a Madara versus all Uchihas. Who wins? Now, here's not my personal bias, but some people feel like Itachi could beat Madara. I'm like, one, Madara has a way bigger Susano than Itachi. He has more chakra than Itachi. Now, another thing is, what's the other thing? Another thing is, Madara is a reincarnation of Indra, right? He's one of those. He's a reincarnations. If you're one of those people, bro, if you're a reincarnation, you're by default slapping a lot of people. Now, Sasuke, since he is a reincarnation, is he stronger than Madara? It depends. Which Sasuke are we talking about? Are we talking about a sage, a six-path Sasuke? I mean, the show showed it. Madara was clapping any version of Sasuke before. When Sasuke got that power by himself, can he beat Madara? No, he can't. But as he got older, right, I feel like he could. I feel like that's plausible. He can actually take him. So all of the Uchiha, Madara by himself, I feel like he's slapping at least a good 85, 95%. But it depends on which amp are we going by. That's how I see it. So, with that being said, you guys chose this video. So, I'm going to react to it. So, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button for your boy. If we're about to be toxic, we're not going to be toxic. I'm just going to, voice my opinion on the situation, right? So, let's get it started.
All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, call me Big Dick Bill Lee. All right.
Swag, what was that?
Hello, everyone. It's your host, Seth Program. With me today, I have my big Mac Daddy father, Swag Kage, and we're going to be talking about Madara versus the entire Uchiha clan. Now, this is going to be talking about more like their alive, pre-God mode variants, so no like 6 paths, 10 tails, no black balls. Yeah.
All right, so basically, no sage or 6 path, none of that. Just straight EMS, MS, SMS, EMS. I say Madara slapping a lot of niggas.
Yeah, no.
Madara is slapping all of them. If it's just that, Madara is taking out everybody by himself, no difficulty.
Obito with Renegon, because that's like Pain's eye who's present. So we're also going to be using possibly blind Madara or alive Madara.
Now you know you're strong when you don't need your eyes to wash niggas.
We'll use like multiple variations. We'll kind of just go over the whole topic.
So for the Uchiha clan, we're gonna keep it simple because like we don't want to have to do like permutations.
Hey, look at my boy Shisui. Oh, they all bossed up, yo. Listen. I'm pausing too much. Listen. Dude, Uchiha women are just known for looking good, bro. Like, they just look good.
Of like multiple Madaras versus multiple versions of the Uchiha clan,
right?
Yeah.
So
like we'll just say they're like basic regular versions.
So just the Itachi who fights Sasuke, the Obito with the orange mask.
Now I feel like we should preempt this by saying that we are not making the Uchiha clan weaker for the sake of making it easier for Madara, right, which we were accused of doing for the Uchiha clan and the
listen guys, you know how certain people are just dumb and they can't cope with what you literally just said? Some people will take your words and try to spin it and cause confusion. So I completely understand what you guys mean, right? A lot of viewers are stupid, so they're just gonna see it as, oh, you're a hater. You're trying to make everybody else weaker to make Madara look stronger. No, bro. We said what we said in the video. Why are you being dumb? Like, how did you, where in your mind did that formula accumulate? Like, where did you get that from?
Uchiha versus Hokage video. We're doing it for the sake of convenience. If you want my opinion, because we're going to be primarily talking about alive Madara, right?
Yeah.
This is pretty much any non-six path configuration of the Uchiha clan Madara should win against. No matter what.
Yeah.
If you're talking about like a live Madara with the 9 tails, so it's we're just doing it for the sake of convenience, so we don't have to be like, well, this Madara wins against these ones and this one loses, and it's just.
Which Sasuke should we use though? I'm assuming just like.
You need to use the strongest one, because anything before that, we seen in the 4th grade Shinobi War, we seen the strongest version of Sasuke before the Sage of Six Path Power, before all of that, before the Rinnegan, was getting murdered. He was getting carved on. Showed it in the show, showed it in the manga, showed it in the video game. That is 3 strikes. The strongest version of Sasuke without the Six Paths Power is getting slapped by Madara. Easy. With no eyes. Easily. So's Itachi. And Itachi's not even stronger than Sasuke.
5 Kage Summit, or is it EMS?
Maybe EMS. EMS seems like the most.
You gotta use the strongest version of Sasuke, bro. You can't use nothing else. Nothing else but the strongest version of Sasuke without the Six Paths Power.
EMS is fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that does have Itachi's eyes, so it's kind of weird, but
So like if we wanted to
Hey, he gotta steal Madara's eyes now, shit, just to get his eyes back.
be the one like one that could logically happen, then yeah, 5 Kage Summit would probably make the most sense.
But
Like,
we
that's-
can talk about EMS and it's still fine, I think. So
Yeah.
the problem with the Madara versus Uchiha is that it's surprisingly more complicated than the Akatsuki because of a few reasons in particular. And so obviously the Uchiha clan will feature Sasuke, Obito, Fugaku, Shisui, Itachi, and whatever. I mean, do we include
Izuna,
yeah, Madara's brother?
Kagami. You can
I swear to God, Izuna looks just like Sasuke. I feel like he was Sasuke before Sasuke was a thing.
throw in any other number of like nameless Uchiha if you want. They don't really make a difference.
Right. So, from what we do know, is that 11-year-old Itachi and Shisui, before the coup, was stronger than any Uchiha. Like, that was...
Fugaku included.
Fugaku included, 11-year-old Itachi. Now, 11-year-old Itachi is a beast. Like, when he was 12, he was able to convince Obito he was a worthy opponent, per se.
Yeah.
So, he is...
And then there's like all that Orochimaru stuff he did. But,
Yeah.
it is important to note that the Orochimaru stuff was after a very big Mangekyo amp that
Yes.
he got.
Right.
So that is extremely important.
He actually got
so-
stronger after murdering or massacring all the Uchiha, like, technically.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, this is going to be relevant anyway because we're talking about the Uchiha. So, like, there's this, like, implication that kind of comes up every now and then that the Uchiha clan gets stronger, as their, like, emotions become more intense, particularly
Yes.
hate. Because, like, Sasuke awakens the Mangekyo Shrine, right? And then he goes and fights B. But then when he's, like, way angrier at the 5 Kage Summit, Karin points out that
He's gotten stronger.
that he's a lot more powerful, yeah.
And
So you can imagine then that Itachi having to kill his whole family would probably power him up,
And all his
for similar reasons.
friends as well. All his friends.
His girlfriend, like
And
all of them.
It's not just like pure anger per se. It's really strong emotions. Anything that can convey
Yeah, exactly.
love, really, or like the loss or the antithesis of
They out here sounding like Saiyans.
love, really kind of activates it. This is exaggerated in the Sakura novel as well as by Tobirama. So losing those close to you will strengthen it. Like if they wanted to murder Sakura and like put her corpse on display for Sasuke to like power him up so they could steal his eyeballs when they were stronger than ever before. I really don't know what they were expecting to happen with that one, but that was their plan. And then Tobirama's like, yeah, Madara has just been alive for so long, with so many wars, so many of his loved ones dying, that his Sharingan just got stronger and stronger and stronger. So then you have Itachi, who's already a beast, like literally stronger than his father, more than likely. He says his father's a bad matchup, but he does say it is confirmed that he's probably stronger than him. Then he murders all his friends and family, and then watches Shisui die. So he probably gets a massive amp on top of that.
A humongous, gargantuan amp. And the reason this is important, real quick, is just because Shisui is not the same as the Itachi that beat Orochimaru.
Right.
Shisui does not scale to like Sani level, as far as we know. He's stronger than Fugaku, who may be Hokage level. That's really all we know.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Shisui is stronger than Fugaku, which is Kage level, and Itachi at 11 was stronger than Fugaku, who is Okage level. So that means that Itachi was above Kage level at the age of 11, according to this video. Which means Shisui is above Kage level, which is said Fugaku is to be... What the fuck? That's how strong he is? So if that's the case, like, which Kage are we scaling these two, like, these people to? Like, the first, second, well, like, which Kage... Like, if he's above Kage level, what's above Kage level?
It's implied that Shisui is the most talented. He has the fastest body flicker. That was going to kidnap the third Hokage or something. He has the ultimate genjutsu. It's really implied Shisui is above Fugaku. And the other thing as well is that the Uchiha clan, they didn't really respect Minato, actually.
Yeah.
Which was interesting to think about. So, no, the Itachi who kind of fondle stomped Orochimaru was not scaling to Fugaku or Shisui. If you want to learn more about Shisui scaling, Swag has a video on it. But basically, Gonzo tore his eyeball out. Alright? Like, you know,
yeah. The same Donzo that loses and gets mopped, but this is a huge amp Donzo, right? Like, we were talking about, like, the Sharingan amps that he taught.
So that means that if Shisui lost to Donzo, right? And he looks like he has, like, what? He has a face on his arm, so is that like, that's like, what? Hashirama cells right there? What?
Donzo has 11 of them.
Yeah.
So, and this Donzo is massively amped now, has wood style, all this stuff, gets
and then he gets destroyed by EMS Sasuke.
Bodied by Sasuke. And he beat up Shisui with some help, like he poisoned him, but he still blitzed him.
I mean, but you fought a poison version. Like, you can't, like, I look at everything, like how you beat somebody. How exactly did you beat? If you had to handicap somebody, you're not stronger than them. You had to handicap them. And if Shisui is the most talented Uchiha, according to you guys, it's like, is he really the most talented? Madara is sounding a lot more talented off the simple fact that he's a reincarnation of Indra. So...
Shisui didn't notice the poison, so he's weaker than Donzo, stronger than Fugaku, but I guess
that means that Donzo is slapping Fugaku then.
We should go ahead and clarify the reason this is important, and it's because of Kodo Amatsukami.
Oh, that's crazy. If that's Shisui's eyes, I didn't realize. Oh shit, wow. I'm slow. I didn't realize that these were Shisui's eyes. So that means that the whole bird thing is his eyes. That's his power. What the fuck? Oh shit, Itachi.
Like, everybody's probably, like, Kodo Amatsukami right now. Like, well, he gonna control Madara.
And me and Swag, we didn't just jump into this right off the... Usually when we collab, we just kind of, like, go, like, podcast mode. Not gonna cap, right?
Yeah.
But this time, we actually did have to think about, okay, well, what about Kodo Amatsukami? We did plan for it a little bit. And there's a few ways to go about it. Now, a lot of people think there's direct statements that dojutsu inherently counters lower dojutsu genjutsu, but that's never really confirmed. It's more so just implied, or somewhat implied. But the problem with Kodo Amatsukami specifically is, okay, say you do get hit by the genjutsu. Yes, Madara could break the genjutsu if he knew he was under it.
Yeah,
right?
That's the
and
thing.
that's the problem. He needs to know he's under it, which apparently Kodomo Matsukami doesn't let you know you're under it to begin with.
Yeah,
right?
and like Shisui like manipulates people without really letting them know, and it's also weird too because like so I talked about this in my Shisui video, like it apparently doesn't require eye contact, right? Okay, and like as made evident by the Danzo manipulating Mifune thing, like there's a bandage covering his eye. He's clearly not making eye contact with.
And the novels say it as well. He doesn't need eye contact.
But then when Itachi's crow uses it on him, like the camera makes like a big deal, and it's all like swooshy, like zooming in and out of both eyes, like showing Itachi like looking into the crow's eye. It was very heavily emphasizing the eye contact being made, and whereas Mifune broke free of the genjutsu by being told he was in it, Itachi knows from like frame 1 that he is in this genjutsu, explains that he is in this genjutsu and how it broke him free of Kabuto's control, and it doesn't break, right? And it's not like it does break and he just like doesn't go back under Kabuto's control. He's like Sasuke is trying to talk to him. Itachi literally can't stop because he is programmed by the genjutsu to protect the leaf and go kill Kabuto. He literally cannot stop moving to talk to Sasuke. So he's under it and can't break free. So my hypothesis is that there are like 2 Kodomo Matsukamis, because you know everybody with a Sharingan has like 2 different jutsu in each eye. Even Obito, they like function differently. My hypothesis is that Shisui has like one super powerful one that you just can't break free of, and that's like the 10-year cooldown one. And you have to like look into his eye for it to work. And then there's the other one that doesn't require eye contact, and maybe you can use it more freely because like people seem to know about this. And Shisui's like 16 when he dies. Like ow, this like random Jonin dude from the mist like recognizes it when Danzo's using it. That doesn't make sense because like I said, if he can only use it once every 10 years and he's like 16, like why would that be the encounter he uses it in?
So he could only Shisui, based off this video, could only use that move once every 10 years. Oh, so okay, that makes sense, because if he could just spam that shit, that's broken. If he could spam that is broken. Wow.
So I think there's like 2 different Kodomo Matsukamis, and Madara would just have to look out for the eye contact one. But even if you don't believe me on that, the main thing is so it's stated somewhere that even if there's like not like eye contact isn't required between both parties, Shisui does at least have to look into your eye to inject the chakra into you. And we've already seen Madara is perfectly capable of fighting people with no vision. Pre-Sage Mode absorption.
Yeah.
Too.
So maybe blind Madara just kind of negates the equation. But like, that might not be necessary because the Kodomo Matsukami affecting Madara argument is still contentious, because we know that Obito has a similar jutsu to Kodomo Matsukami. The Mizukage thinks it's like the same thing, even though it's not. Basically, Kodomo Matsukami is more like an enhancement of Shisui trying to attempt the genjutsu that Obito was kind of using. So, and it kind of manipulates the effects a little bit. But one thing you need to know about genjutsu is that when you're controlling someone, it's heavily implied that the stronger your opponent is, or the more vast their chakra is, the stronger you have to be to do so, right? Like,
oh, see, that makes sense. So now Naruto tards, right? If you're thinking about, like, I heard people say, oh, you could be put in the genjutsu. That means that you have to be literally, like, say if you was fighting a Dragon Ball warrior, right? You're gonna have to be strong enough. This is why I say power actually matters for all the broken ass abilities. If you aren't stronger than me and you attempt it, I'm breaking that bitch. I'm breaking it like a Kit Kat bar. It's gonna be nothing. I knew I wasn't tripping about this. Like, people try to scale Itachi to like Goku, or not even Goku, Vegeta, Gohan. They're getting slapped. Like, say, okay, for example, say if you try to use this, I'm not gonna use Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna use the Misfit Demon King Academy, right? I'm gonna use Anos, Villa God, right? If You tried that bullshit on him. You gotta be stronger than him. And y'all say Anos could beat Goku. And I don't see it. I read the manga and I watched the anime. He's not doing it. He's not doing it. He's strong though. Let's not get it twisted. He could kill you like this. But those people, you gotta look at it like this. Those people in that anime aren't strong. Like whoever he's fighting, of course he's gonna look overwhelmingly strong because those people are weak. That's what people gotta understand. Like, if your enemy isn't destroying the universe, destroying solar system casually, I'm not going to consider you strong. If you destroy, like, a mountain, I'm like, okay, you have some power. You have something. You're not weak exactly. But, like, you know, there's other shows with crazy-ass feats, bro. Anos, like, he runs out of magic. He runs out of magic. So once he runs out, it's a wrap after that. It's over. It's over. So back to what I was talking about with the whole genjutsu thing. Seth just said, if the stronger your enemy is, the more powerful you have to be to cast that genjutsu on him. Now, if you are a Madara, a Madara, Shisui, Itachi, if you're one of those people and you try to fight somebody out your own universe, right? You're getting smacked! Cause
the Nine Tails is too powerful to just control for a long period of time. Even though Obito can control Yagura and the Three Tails for like years on end.
But they're not as strong as the Nine Tails, so it doesn't really matter. You think Obito could control Kuruma and Kuruma's gonna allow it?
Right. The Nine Tails is like a few minutes at best, in Minato's opinion. Even Madara couldn't control the Nine Tails for that long, necessarily, even though he might even have Tsukuyomi or something like that. So, you might have to argue that even if Madara just wasn't able to, like, fight back against the effects because he didn't know they were happening, that it might be hard to argue that Shisui's strong enough to even manipulate Madara's body into acting how he wanted anyway. But there's then two other options as well. Say, for one, say Madara doesn't underestimate the Uchiha and he's able to come back to life after dying once from one of his Sharingan. Well, there goes Shisui's Kodo Amatsukami, okay? Now Madara just goes to town after coming back to life, after dying under its effects or something.
Yeah.
But the next argument is, does Madara start his battle out with the entire Uchiha clan, with Susano or not, right? Because, say Itachi shoots Amaterasu or something to instantly start the battle, and because Itachi's faster than Shisui, say Itachi engages first, or any of them engage first, does Madara use his Susano? Because the Susano then arguably does block out Dojutsu. And it argued because, you know, we have Sasuke blocking out the infinite Tsukuyomi with his Susano, and the infinite Tsukuyomi is considered the strongest genjutsu of all time. So stronger than Kodo Matsukami.
Okay.
So if Madara has his Susano active, then the Kodo Matsukami, which is Shisui injecting his chakra into your eyes, his chakra probably can't go through the Susano to reach Madara's eyes. And that's what I'm assuming is happening, right? So, if he has his Susano act...
Also, y'all ain't know, y'all don't, like... If that's the case, Goku got his own Susano, feel me? I'm gonna throw up a picture. Bow. So, are you really thinking you can use Genjutsu on... This is not about Goku. This is not about Dragon Ball. I'm just letting y'all know that a lot of shit isn't gonna slide, feel me? We got broken ass abilities too. I'm just letting y'all know. It's not about that. I'm just saying for all the people in the comment section who's gonna say certain things, because I know how you guys are.
Active probably doesn't work.
Well, and the other thing too, some people might be like, oh, well, that's just Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, but Madara has one of those, so like it's kind of a moot point.
I think the argument is more so you have to inject your chakra into them, and then the Susano is kind of blocking that, right? I think that's what's being implied. It even blocks out light. There's a few things to suggest that it's hard to do that. So, it's not a perfect refutation. I'm not saying either is objectively right. But what I'm saying is that there's more contentious...
That's what it looks like, so that's what we're going with.
or contentious reasoning behind the Kodomatsu Kami than just he looks at him GG, right?
Yeah.
There's more things to consider, and Madara does have somewhat of a chance in a debate against that. Even though I feel like I underestimated Kodomatsu Kami back in the day, I feel like it's stronger than I thought, but I still think there's more reasoning for Madara to be able to avoid it as well.
The big thing is what I said earlier, that there's a statement that he has to like inject chakra, like he looks into your eye. The Mangekyo doesn't require direct gaze to work. He only needs to look at their eyes and pour his chakra in. That's how it's worked. So if Madara doesn't have eyes, or his eyes are closed, then Shisui can't do anything, right? And now you may think like, well, how would Madara know? I mean, like, if he's in character, if he's fighting a bunch of Uchiha, he might just be careful and assume that one of them has some crazy genjutsu. Maybe even Zetsu would tell him, right? Like,
maybe
I feel like Zetsu is definitely going to tell him. Zetsu is everywhere, bro.
argument you were saying before about, okay, well, maybe it takes the perfect Susano. Maybe that's valid, because I believe, and quote me if I'm wrong, but don't Sasuke and Itachi get hit by genjutsu while in Susano and then put each other under Gen?
But like, they weren't in their like perfect, Genju. Like, they wasn't in their perfect Susanoo though.
They put each other under genjutsu when they're in Susano?
yes.
Or so, although you could argue
That it's
that
just a willing thing, yeah.
they're allowing it to happen, maybe. But maybe, okay, say you need the perfect Susano. Okay, so Bloodlust and Madara then just stops, right? He just goes perfect Susano. He's faster than all of them. He's rivaling KCM.
With that description of it too, like, Shisui can't even see Madara all the way up there, right? Like, it's the perfect Susanoo's really, really, really tall. So
The other thing too is, would they all just get blitzed? Because we know Madara scales to KCM too, and if he's alive, he's
Okay, so Madara with 2 Renegons scales to KCM2 Naruto, and even then it wasn't enough. Like, Madara was still fucking that nigga up. So
like twice as strong as KCM too. He's
Yeah,
fighting
easily.
Sage Hashirama without the Susano at one point. And it's arguable that this character scales more like to Ten Tails Obito, not just Obito, right?
yeah.
So it's like, you kind of have to consider the fact that they just get blitzed. Even like Edo Itachi and EMS Sasuke might get blitzed, which was actually kind of implied and shown when Madara was blind with Sage Mode. That's kind of how it kind of would go, except probably worse, because he's probably more used to his Mangekyo, and it probably amps him more, personally. But
Yeah. I think his EMS probably gives him a bigger amp than base Sage Mode, for sure. So,
and on top of that, Shisui, he just kind of gets blitzed and destroyed for the most part. But the other characters, such as Itachi, we've done Itachi versus Madara so many times.
yeah.
But in this video, we're specifically using Sick Itachi, but the Sick Itachi, he also just gets blitzed and destroyed by a live Madara. Even if Madara kind of toys with him.
and then people will say, "Oh, Itachi is this, Itachi is that, Itachi's gonna wipe the floor." No, just accept like I accepted that my favorite character, Goku, does get bodied by a lot of people, bro. Itachi's not no different. He's going to get slapped by Madara. He will be put to sleep in the ground 6 feet. All right. Simple.
We know that he would be able to avoid all of his strikes with the Totsuka Blade, and we also know his Susano would overpower Itachi's Susano.
Like, even Yada Mirror, right? Like, even he holds up the Yada Mirror, like the concussive force of the perfect Susanoo sword, like would just send Itachi flying.
Even if you argue he could block an attack with his Yada Mirror, like, he can't keep it up nearly as long as Madara. Madara literally is stronger than him, faster than him,
So
and
Madara just keep banging it over and over.
and his eyeballs just like work better. Like, they don't run out of steam. They don't drain his chakra as bad. He's not gonna run out of chakra in 2 minutes of Susano usage. He's not like crackling in pain. Like,
Speaking of that, Madara can also, I'm pretty sure, just natively, like, without the Renegon, absorb chakra like he did to Hashirama to suck up his Sage Mode. Because he didn't have Rinnegan when he did that.
That might be okay. Well, one of the things that's implied is that he might still have some Rinnegan abilities without his eyes, but you could also maybe argue that he has like Zetsu cells, so maybe it's like Hashirama-ish.
So exactly, people kept telling me, "Oh, Madara could still use he could still use Rinnegan abilities without his eyes and whatnot." So it's the same thing for Sasuke. I mean, look what Madara has. He's completely enhanced. He got Zetsu cells, Hashirama cells. He got everybody's cells in him.
I absorbed it that way. Like, there's so many weird things you can say about that, but yeah, that's the other thing as well. When he has no eyeballs, he can still use his Susano. So
yeah, so like even if he Izanagi's twice, he's still like really strong.
Yeah. From there, it's just kind of like, okay, he out stamina Itachi. He's fast enough to avoid all his attacks. He's able.
But here's the thing, right? Itachi said that. I said Itachi. Sasuke said that he could no longer teleport, and that teleportation jutsu that he has was a Rinnegan ability. He can't use it. He said it himself in the manga.
Able to block Amaterasu if he takes him seriously. We're going to assume he's serious, right? I mean, sure, if he's toying around and he lets himself get hit by Amaterasu, maybe he gets, like, destroyed or something. But that seems, like, really disingenuous to the topic because we're kind of power scaling, right? Other than that, though, Fugaku is just weaker than 11-year-old Itachi. He's already getting, like, bullied by Madara anyway.
Yeah.
He has weaker Genjutsu and speed than Shisui, who we've already went over. Other than that, Izuna is weaker than Tobirama, or maybe rivaling Tobirama. And then we've seen how Madara can kind of toy with Tobirama as well. We've also seen that Madara scales to Hashirama, who Tobirama is deathly afraid of and is stated to be number 2 of. But maybe Izuna would be more relative, but then we see that Tobirama gets destroyed. Or
well, let's put it like this, right? Could all these people with Izuna fight 1,000-armed Buddha statue? Probably not.
By the way, speaking of that, this Madara can summon the Nine Tails.
Yeah.
As well.
Fight that Buddha statue, like, to a standstill.
Because he definitely ripped out Kuruma from Naruto with that one jutsu. He said, "Come here."
Yeah.
The complete Nine Tails, by the way. So he has like twice the Nine Tails that Naruto does when he performs all the War Arc feats and surpasses Edo Itachi, let alone Sick Itachi. Then we have to kind of talk about Obito, but as I said earlier, Obito kind of scales, like, this Madara, even if you say this that 10 Tails Obito is stronger, Madara more so scales to 10 Tails Obito than Rinnegan Obito, let alone Orange Mask Obito.
Yeah, the scaling is really edgy, but, like, Naruto and Sasuke are, like, equaling, like, 10 Tails Obito, and then, like, Alive Madara is, like, bullying them with no eyes. So,
yeah, I mean, I guess just at the end of the day, just remember everything Naruto does with half the Nine Tails, pretty much.
Yeah.
And he himself is pretty strong, but he's no Madara, right?
He was getting bullied by, like, base Madara with, like, no eyes, no Nine Tails. And so then you give Madara EMS, full Nine Tails. Yikes.
Yeah.
Like,
and what I was saying earlier...
Yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Madara is a problem, bro. Like,
is that even if you say Tobirama, like, scales to Izuna somehow, Tobirama lost to Kinkaku and Kinkaku. And the Kinkaku Force. The Kinkaku Force are nameless. There's nowhere ever confirmed how strong they were, but they're implied to be not very strong. They're not even notable.
But there was 20 of them!
They weren't even reanimated or ever talked about, so, like, Kabuto didn't think they were worth anything.
Yeah, hold on. Kabuto reanimated, like Asuma, and not them.
Yeah, but not anyone from the Kinkaku Force. But, yeah, anyway, so Kikaku and Kinkaku, say that both of them had to go, like, Nine Tails mode to beat Tobirama. Okay.
Wait, so how do they have Nine Tails chakra, though?
Now, imagine you put those two together, and they're not anything remotely comparable to just one Nine Tails. Like, they got all of that power from just, like, munching on its intestines, like, while they were in it. Like, now imagine, like, the entire...
That's how they got that power. Okay.
Your thing, plus Madara who scales to it, and there's just no way Tobirama ever remotely scales.
Well, yeah, just imagine you put like all these other people, right, and you replace Izuna with Tobirama, and then you put 1,000 armed Buddha statue there. Like I said, they still lose. They get smacked. And Madara still fought. Madara fought that. And, like, the big wood golem and, like, all of Hashirama's other stuff and still fought Hashirama to a standstill.
I'm sorry, I was thinking to myself, I was like, yo, name any Uchiha that could, like, fight the 1,000 arm statue, right? And it was just like, I'm imagining Itachi with his shield out, getting, like, combos, like, melee through the air while he's holding the shield out by the Buddha statue.
That Buddha statue would have made Itachi look like shit, bro.
Just throwing him everywhere.
Yeah, so, I think that's all really needs to be said. I think Blind Madara might just, like, even stomp just even harder, just because he has no weakness to Genjutsu. Like, there's not even a debate on that, really.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit more debatable power-wise, but, yeah, I think overall, like, the Uchiha clan just gets overall stomped by Madara, and that's all I really have to say.
That's what I said!
We missed anyone.
This is everything that you guys said, I've already said throughout my entirety of videos, bro. I've said that Madara claps everybody. He claps everybody. Everybody, you get one, he gets one, she gets one. He is dicking down everybody. Everybody's getting a piece of him. Everybody is getting a piece of Madara. And getting clapped. So, we got all the evidence in this video, bro.
No, all the nameless guys, I guess, but they're weaker than 11-year-olds.
I guess there's like Sasuke, but Sasuke is just, even in EMS, we already went over it. Like,
you literally have to give him the Rinnegan, or else he gets bodied.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys,
you're gonna have to give him the Rinnegan. He's gonna have to have the Tomo in the Rinnegan. He's gonna have to have a lot of fucking amp to try to even combat Madara, because by himself, with his own efforts, he ain't no Madara, feel me? He will get slapped. He will be put to sleep. Like that Trey Songz song. You will be, I said Trey Songz, like that Chris Brown song. You will be to sleep. You will be getting to sleep. You will be getting to sleep. Because that's what he's doing to you. Pause.
I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Do you want to see more? Swag uploaded one of our collabs, which is Sasuke versus the Akatsuki.
Oh, man. If you guys want me to react to that, you know what to do. Smash that like button for your boy. Yeah, y'all. We're going to do stuff. And also, let's not pretend like there's not a whole Dragon Ball X Naruto manga out there. I've seen it. For those who haven't seen it, you could call me a Dragon Ball tard all you want, but you already know what the vibes are on that scene. You know what I mean? We still want to react to it. Anyway, with that being said, it's been your boy Sue. And we out of here, y'all. Peace.